all. So let's get started. For this soap integrations, basic soap integrations, and creating a basic soap-based integrations. I will encourage you to look at the overview of the exercise. Essentially, uh, we are creating a new integrations this time from scratch, and also the difference will be that this integration will be exposed as a SOAP based interface and then also be invoking an external SOAP based web service. So let's get started. Uh, as you can see, this 4.1 and with task 1 in the part 1, we'll go to the home page, click in integrations, but this time we want to go to the connection sections where we can click and create a new connections and select the soap adapter for that connections. Let's get started here by clicking on integration, click on connections, and again click on create, and we'll just simply search for soap, and there is our soap adapter. Click select, and now we are going to provide some naming information. So let's look at our lab instructions here. We are going to call it uh, this aura greetings, uh, g- uh, greetings name with your unique name. So I'm just going to paste that in here and change that to my unique number. So here, as you can see, the other information we need is the role of this particular. In this case, this is a trigger connections. This will serve as the interface and then creates. So we'll choose the trigger role and then we'll create. So trigger, obviously, uh, the description is optional and keyword is optional. We are just going to click create. This bring us to the configuration page. All right. So now moving on, since this is going to be used as a trigger, we are going to have a whistle. In this case, we have provide a whistle for you. It's in the resources folder, and it's called greeting dot whistle. We are going to upload that and bring that into our environment. And then we will do one more setting to suppress the timestamp requirement. So let's get that far. I'll click on my WSTL upload button, and we will navigate to our resources folder, and there is that greetings WSTL file, and we will upload that. And we have also chosen to suppress the timestamps for the request. We have decided that we don't need it. So for so good, let's move on to our next task here. In the security sections, we want to make sure that we are using username, password, tech, token policy, and the instruction simply say is if it's not already there, make sure it's set to that, and then we will click the test button. See if this is going to be okay. So indeed, you can see the username, token, password policy has already been selected by the default. So we are ready to just move on to the top and click test, and then test again, and then you can see the test was successful with a confirmation box. All right, now that the test is successful, what we want to do now is do a save and close. Make sure the configuration is ready to be used within our integration. So let's go ahead and do a save, and the close button has now been replaced by a simply this little go back button, which takes us back to the main page. No longer have a close button. Okay, so we can see that it's configured. We can see by the green status bar for this configuration for this connection. So next, moving on to the task number 9, we are going to create another connection. This time to invoke to describe the endpoint web service that we are going to be invoking. So again, we will click on the create button, use the SOAP adapter, use this naming convention, right? And I'm going to go ahead and paste that to be ready to go. So let's select that SOAP adapter again. We will use that naming conventions for say hello, but let's take a look at that role. Yeah, so notice that role not setting it up as uh, as an interface, and so we'll go ahead and choose the role and click create. Now we are in the configuration page for him, and we'll notice there is a couple of other option here. We are going to choose on the configure connectivity options. We are going to choose to upload a concrete WSDL that includes the URL port information that we need to for that service. So this time in resources folder, you are, we are looking for the hello world WSDL file. You simply upload that and bring that into our environment. So we'll click on upload.